In today's video, we are going to learn how to create an Apache Maven project in IntelliJ, in the IntelliJ integrated development environment, in the IntelliJ IDE. So we're gonna use Apache Maven and create a project. I'm going to show you how to set up that project. I'm going to show you how to run it, show you how to build it. Also going to show you how to set the Java runtime environment in your POM file, all that good stuff. So if that interests you, we're going to go ahead and jump into that. If you're not familiar with Maven, I would recommend that you watch, and I think it's going to be over here, watch this video right here. This video will explain what Apache Maven is. It will take you through installing Apache Maven on a Windows system, and it will also take you through what I'm just going to take you through in this video, which is running Apache Maven in IntelliJ, or creating an Apache Maven project in IntelliJ. So this video will show you much more. It's much longer. This one's a quick hit video just to show you how to create an Apache Maven project in IntelliJ, how to run it, how to build it, how to use it, all that good stuff. So if that interests you, stick around. We're going to jump right in. I'm going to go ahead and open up my IntelliJ. I have the Community Edition here. All right, so I'm going to choose New Project. Now in this new project, I'm going to choose my JDK and fill out the name. So I'm going to choose, I'm not going to use 17. I've been having issues with 17 today. I'm going to switch to 1.8 for now. So I'm going to choose JDK 1.8. So it'll give you the options for whatever you have installed on your system. You can also download JDK also if you don't have one installed already. So I have 1.8. I'm going to call this Maven Project 1. This is my first Maven project in IntelliJ. I'm going to use this. I'm going to leave the catalog to internal. Now I'm going to choose that archetype. Now remember, archetype is like that template. What template do you want to use to create your first project? You could use a Spring template. It brings in a bunch of Spring libraries, or you can use just the default one, or the more common one, which I prefer, which is Quick Start. Now it will create your basic common Maven project structure. It's a pretty neat one. So I'm going to add that there. There we go. Now you'll notice in this wizard, you have the items on the left here. I forgot to mention, it automatically selected Maven archetype for me. If you don't see this menu, you need to select that first, Maven archetype. So I've got all this filled out, Maven Project 1. I'm pointing to my D Java Projects folder. That's where I wanted to create the project. Specified my JDK, specified which template I wanted to use. Let's choose Create. All right, now it's creating my project. You can see it doing stuff down here. It's trying to build it. Please build correctly. Build success. It's asking, do I want to exclude these directories from Windows Defender? Yeah, I do. I want to exclude them. I don't want Defender messing with my development folder. All right, so it created my Maven Project 1. Pretty cool. Now you'll notice this is the project structure. Let's go over that real quick. First, we have a source folder and we have a POM file. Now your source folder is going to have this particular type of structure. This is your common Maven project structure. There's a main and there's a test. So your main folder is where your code goes for your production deployment, for your main code. You'll notice there's a Java source folder here called Java. Inside of that is your package structure. This is org.example. That's my package, and this is my first Java class in this project. I put one here as an example. Very cool. You can rename this package to whatever you want to call it, and you can, of course, add as many classes as you want. Now, next you're going to see outside of main, we have test. Now, this is pretty cool, too. It set up a test folder. It set up a Java source directory in that test folder, and set up a package to match the main package in this test directory, org.example. And this is your first JUnit test, which is used to test this first Java class. So it set up those examples for you. Put your main Java code in main, put your JUnit test in test. Pretty neat. Get used to that structure. You're going to see it a lot you'll see it a lot when you work in different businesses, different companies. All right. Now next, this is the core piece of Maven. It's called the POM file, POM.xml. If I open this up, this is where everything is defined. This is what tells Maven what to do. You'll see my group ID, my project ID, the version of this. If I want to change the version of what's built, I can change the version number there. You can see I'm packaging this up as a jar. So instead of using Ant to do this, Maven's going to create the jar for me. If I go down, you can put properties here, little variables to represent stuff like version numbers and all that. If I wanted to, I could put this version number for JUnit as a property up here. That way, it's easy for me to find it and change it. So you'll see here, I've got a list of dependencies. This is the magic. This is Maven telling my project that this is me telling Maven, here's the dependencies I want for this project. Maven will go grab them for me and download them and install them. The only one I have now is JUnit. Now, if I click on external libraries over here, you're going to see the libraries I have associated with this project. What do you see? The Java 1.8 and the JUnit. It pulled it in automatically for me. It downloaded it for me from the web. Pretty cool. Now, what if I want to add my own libraries? Well, let's say I wanted to add the library called Lombok. I love Lombok, Project Lombok. If you've never used it before, it's a great library. It's an awesome library. Well, how would I do that? Well, I'd have to tell Maven to go grab it for me. How would I do that? I'm going to go over to Google. I'm going to type in Project Lombok. That's the library I know about. And I'll type in Maven. So Maven Project Lombok. So if I go here, there we go. It's going to give me the dependency item I need to install it. I can use that right there. You can also notice if you go back to Google, you'll see this mavenrepository.com. Now this is a very popular one. If you go here, you'll see all the versions of Lombok. You click on whatever version you want, and you can get the dependency item for that version right there. Pretty neat. All right, once you have this dependency element from the web, I'm going to go here and type it into IntelliJ. I'm going to paste it into IntelliJ. So Control V. And I've added the Project Lombok library. So I'm now telling Maven to install the Lombok library so I can use it in my code. All right, well, now what do I do? Well, just go to build, and Maven should grab it automatically for me. Let's see if it does it. It's building, it's building. Oh, I saw something change. What happened? Did it build? Come on. Build success. Did my libraries. It built successfully. It actually created a target folder here. That's cool. It built out my item here and created a target folder. Pretty cool. Did it bring in that library? I don't see that library over here. Maybe it needs a refresh. I'm going to click up here. Going to click on build, build project. Let's see if it'll update that real quick. Sometimes IntelliJ can be a little bit of a pain in the butt. It won't automatically update there. Did it do it? Still didn't do it. All right, watch this. I'm going to go to POM File. And this is a problem with IntelliJ. It's not a problem with Maven, but a problem with IntelliJ. I'm going to go to right click on it, choose Maven, and I'm going to choose reload the project. All right, there we go. Now you'll see that IntelliJ is now caught up to Maven, and you'll see that it has the project Lombok binary jar inside of IntelliJ. So I have the JUnit dependency and I have the Lombok dependency automatically added to my project. Pretty cool, pretty neat stuff. Now, as you're using Maven with IntelliJ or Eclipse, you want to kind of get used to working with this POM file. You want to know about those little tricks right there where you go down to Maven and reload project. Sometimes you have to do that. All right, so that's one way to build it using IntelliJ. Now, I can also build my Maven project using the command line. How would I do that? Well, there's one more thing I want to add to my POM file here. I need to specify a Java version. So I'm going to cut and paste from my little cheat sheet here. Now, what I've done is I've defined a build element in my POM file. And in my build element, I'm saying, hey, I want to use some build plugins. And the plugin I want to use is this Maven compiler plugin. I'm configuring that plugin to use the source code of Java 1.8 and the target and build 1.8 compiled code, right? So this is what I'm adding to my POM file, and that way I can build it outside of IntelliJ. So build plugins, plugin, specify this entry here, and let's give that a shot. So I've got this in my POM file. IntelliJ will automatically save it, or you can press Control S to save it. Now with this entry added, I've got a complete Maven POM file. I should be able to build it outside of IntelliJ or from the command line. So I'm going to do that right here. I'm going to go to Terminal, which is the command line inside of IntelliJ. I'm going to do Maven clean install. Now it should build it just fine. So let's try it out. Maven clean install. It's building it. And build success. No problems. Awesome. So that worked. Let's try from another perspective, from a different place. So I'm going to go to the regular command line. I'm going to go to that folder. What did I call that folder? CD Maven project 1. All right, so I'm in my project folder. I'm going to do Maven clean install. So this should build it. I'm outside of IntelliJ. It should build it just using Maven. Build success. We are done. It built my project. So that's awesome. Now if I go back to IntelliJ, go to my target folder, because I did the Maven clean install, you're going to see it actually built the actual jar. This is the jar I would deploy to production, right? You notice the 1.0 snapshot. That's my version number. If you go to the top of my Maven POM file here, you'll see it's called 1.0 snapshot, right? If I were to change that to 1.0-1, go back to here, Maven clean install, or I could do like a Maven compile. I think the install is what would build the jar. Install builds the jar. Go back over to here. You'll notice it changed to 1.0-1 jar to equal my version. All right, there you go. I'm using Maven inside of IntelliJ and outside of IntelliJ to build my Java project, to build my deployment jar. Pretty neat. And it's pulling my dependencies from outside on the internet. Very neat. So, key things to remember, this is your POM file. You can use properties here. You add your dependencies as a dependency item here. You can find different dependencies on the web. And you want to add your plugin for your build to specify which Java version you're using. That way it'll work fine outside of IntelliJ, not just with IntelliJ. That's it. I am now using my Maven to build my projects. Very cool. All right, so hey, hopefully this was very helpful to you. It should have showed you how to create a Maven project in IntelliJ. Should have showed you how to build it inside and outside of IntelliJ. Should have showed you how to add dependencies to your POM file, all that good stuff. Hopefully you understand that after watching this video. If not, leave me a message below and I'll get back to you and try to help you understand better. If you're interested in learning more about Java and how to use Java, I'm going to put a playlist right over here for you to check out. Check out our Java playlist. Has lots of interesting information there. Be sure to check it out. Hey, that's it for today. I'll see you next time.